Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Sophia, and this pick a card reading is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Just a quick note that I wanted to make that I've been neglecting to address in my other intros. I apologize about that. But this is a general reading, which means that it may not resonate with every Taurus that watches this video. So if the pile that you pick doesn't seem to make sense or doesn't seem to ring true based on your reality, please don't worry or freak out. It happens. There are thousands of Tauruses out there in the world that could stumble upon my video. So that message is probably for one of those people and not for you, which is totally okay. Feel free to just go ahead and pick another pile, or there are hundreds of other YouTubers who have some wonderful channels with wonderful pick-a-card readings, and there may be a message for you in there instead of my channel. But yeah, so I'm going to name our piles. And another thing that I wanted to mention about picking a pile that I haven't mentioned in my other videos too, that I think is important, and I'm sorry that I haven't done it for my other videos, but I'm going to try and start to remember this time. It's important to try and pick your pile not on sight, but on intuition. Now what I mean by that is, even though there are crystals on top to help you choose, you shouldn't go with the one you think is most pretty. So you should go with the one that your eyes are most drawn to. Like, if you feel like a pull towards one pile but it doesn't have the crystal you think that is the prettiest, that's probably the pile you should go with. I still put the crystals on there because some people find it helpful anyway. It makes them feel a little more relaxed about choosing, because sometimes when there's nothing on there, people get kind of intimidated. But again, like, just go with your intuition, take a few deep breaths, and just choose the pile that you're most drawn to. Okay, so feel free to just pause the video here if you want to choose a pile if you haven't yet. And I'm going to name them really quickly. So this is pile number 1, which has Citrine on top of it. This is pile number 2, which has a piece of Amethyst on top of it. And then our last pile, pile number 3, has green Aventerine. So again, take your time picking a pile. There's absolutely no rush. You can, of course, pause the video. Timestamps for each of the piles will be in the description box, and I will see you guys at your pile, okay? Okay, so for my Taurus friends who picked pile number 1 with the Citrine, this message is for you. So I'm going to set it right there, and let's see what you guys got. Time for a nap. That's a Taurus mood most of the time. Courage. Oh, I got that for one of my Capricorn readings. 4 of Cups. Okay. The World. Knight of Coins. The Emperor. Knight of Wands. Oh yeah, and you guys got an extra Rider-Waite tarot card jump out, so you guys got 4. Okay, and then 6 of Cups. Okay. Okay. All right, so let me just take a look at these cards here for a second. Okay, well we have two knights here. We have the Knight of Coins, we have the Knight of Wands. I feel like whenever there are 2 knights, it could mean either that there is some kind of disagreement with another person, or there's like a fight, since knights are very, they're forthright, they go into battle against one another. So there could be a disagreement with somebody, or you're in a disagreement with somebody. But I'm also getting the sense that this is something like a past dispute. Like this could be a fight that's kind of been going on for a little while, or something about your past is coming to light again, for sure. And I feel like it's definitely making you feel guarded and not wanting to let anybody get close to you, if that makes sense. I'm trying to decide whether this is love related or not. This is like, the reason why I do that is because I do a lot of love readings. Like, that's how I practice. Just my friends that I do, the friends that I do tarot readings for, they usually ask for love readings, so I usually try and deduce right off the bat whether, oh, wait. Wow, okay, never mind. I don't know why I didn't realize this before, but I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. You know the Emperor and the Empress? Shit. I'm sorry. I don't know why I just didn't even realize that. I bet you some of you who watch tarot were like, why is she not even mentioning that? Crap. Okay. Yeah, this is probably a love reading. Well, shit. That makes a lot of sense. Wow, that took me a hot sec. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little off right now, obviously. Yeah, for sure. I think you guys, okay, yeah, so you guys, yeah, this is most definitely a love reading. Again, I want to mention this to people who don't usually do tarot or know a lot about tarot. So when we talk about love in tarot, it absolutely does not mean that it has to be romantic love. It can be love for a friend. It can be love for family. You know, love is universal, okay? So if this resonates more like for a friend, then go with it. If it resonates for a family member, go with it. And of course, if it does end up resonating for a partner, a romantic partner, go with it. Whatever you feel most comfortable with, or what resonates the most, I should say, not what you're most comfortable with, but what resonates. So wherever your mind goes and however it interprets this information, go with it, okay? But yeah, okay, so you guys are like the power couple. Just like a little bit about you. I've never seen this before, actually. I've never had the Emperor and the Empress come up in a reading together. Damn. Okay, well, you guys are like the head of the tarot. Like, you know, the Emperor and the Empress, they're like the power couple, you know? They're just the king and the queen of the tarot suits. So you guys are like a very like powerful, dynamic couple. But with this Knight of Coins and this Knight of Wands, I am getting this feeling that there may have been, or there is, conflict on the rise. Just because there are two knights, and for me, when two knights come up in a reading, it definitely means there's going to be some kind of dispute. I mean, the literal meaning would be like there's going to be a battle, which kind of makes sense. Like, there's maybe going to be like a battle of wills, because the Empress and the Emperor are both very strong characters, even though the Emperor is much more, like, for lack of better phrasing, the Emperor is like macho, like the macho, like typical macho kind of king, and then the Empress is a very nurturing queen, but she also is very strong. Like, the Emperor can't do his job without the queen at his side, like helping him make decisions and stuff. So again, like, you guys are the power couple, but I'm sensing that like there is some kind of dispute happening, or that is going to happen. And it could be about, like I said, something from your past. Again, like, I always forget to take this into consideration. If you are single, then this definitely means that somebody from your past, who could be your soulmate or soulmate material or twin flame material, somebody from your past is going to come back, and it's going to cause trouble, or it's going to bring back unhappy memories or difficult memories that will get you guys into a discussion about what happened in the past. But I'm getting that for most of you, you guys are already in a relationship with somebody. Like, you guys are taken, and you guys are going to have a fight or have had a disagreement about something from your past. Either one person's past, the other person's past, or your past as a couple. It really depends. I'm getting the sense that it's like your past as a couple. Again, take it however it resonates. There are lots of options in tarot, but the general message that I'm getting is that somebody, your soulmate, I'm just going to say your soulmate, or your twin flame, you and your twin flame, your soulmate, are having a disagreement. and it's about things that have happened in the past, okay? But, and it's making you feel closed off. It's making you not want to really be around this person. We have the Four of Cups here, and I feel like with the Four of Cups, like usually for singles, it means that, for my singles people out there, if you're single and you pick this pile, it could mean that, yes, this person from your past has come back and they're causing trouble, but they kind of want to, like, get back with you. If this is an ex, like, they will want to get back with you, and they're going to try and offer you that fourth cup right here, but you're just like, no. You're like, no, I'm okay with my 3 cups. Like, I don't need you right now. Like, no thank you. So you're like, and I think, Spirit wants you to know that there may be that kind of an offer coming, and maybe the best thing right now is to say no. Just because, like, even though they are your soulmate and your twin flame, it may be best for you to... Actually, I take that back. No, because I actually, yeah. See, I'm getting confused, actually. Because, like, here we have the World card. Okay, this is what I'm getting. I think I understand. Okay. Yeah, no, I was right initially. I need to trust my intuition, like I said in the intro. And just like you guys need to trust your intuition when you choose your piles, I need to trust my intuition when I read these cards. Yeah, so I think for the time being with this Four of Cups, not only is, for my singles out there, not only is Spirit saying, oh, like, this person is going to try and offer you something, or, like, offer to get back together with you if it's an ex, or if this is like somebody from your past that was a friend and suddenly comes up to you and is like, hey, do you want to go on a date? You're gonna be like, no. And you're gonna say no because you guys like have a lot to figure out, to hash out from your past. Like, there's a lot of things left unsaid before you can even think or consider accepting that fourth cup. And I don't think you even want to right now, because there's just like this conflict between you two. Like, there's just like this, yeah, there's like something not right. Like, there's just something that needs to be fixed first, and it has to do with clearing something up from your past, okay, together. And until that happens, you shouldn't really accept this person's offer. Like, you should probably tell them, hey, like, excuse me, I burped. That's disgusting. Anyway, but yeah, I, like, can't accept your offer because we're just not ready for that. Like, I'm not ready for that. So no thank you. But it's interesting, and this World card goes with this, the fact that we have the Emperor and the Empress. This person is like, I don't want to say this person is your world. Like, I'm going to say that right now, but I'm going to elaborate. Like, what I mean by that is this person probably is the right person for you. Like, when we talk about soulmates and twin flames, it's not like how they show it in the movies where it's like instant chemistry, like instant that. I mean, although for some people it is, twin flames and soulmates go through journeys together, and sometimes that means that they have to be separated. And I get the sense that you guys were separated because we have the Six of Cups here. So you guys, like, this is somebody from your past coming back to you, okay? For both my singles, for my singles, like, it's somebody just, like, coming back to you from your past and being like, hey, like, let's try it again, or I've had feelings for you this whole time, like, can we try? And you're just gonna be like, no. But the thing is, like, I think you actually do feel the same way towards them because of this World card, because I think you had a really good relationship with this person, and in general your relationship is really good. So I think Spirit is saying, like, although you shouldn't accept this offer now, like, you should figure out your differences first. Like, whatever this dispute is, you should figure it out. Like, clear up things from the past. And then, like, that takes courage, too. I'm going to read this courage card. It says, divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry. All will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear divine, may I feel your courage and your will. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of... I feel like both of you are kind of hesitant to, like, talk about whatever happened in the past, but it's a conversation that has to be had. And it's hard to talk about certain things that have hurt us in the past, but I think it's a conversation that has to be had. And I think Spirit is saying you guys, both of you, have the courage to speak about it, I definitely think that, honestly, it could go vice versa, like, who got hurt. I'm getting the sense that for many of you, you were the one that ended up getting hurt more, but again, it could be vice versa. I'm also getting the strong sense that for a good chunk of you, both of you had a part to play, like, in hurting each other, and that happens. That happens a lot in relationships. Doesn't matter what kind it is, but I think Spirit is trying to tell you that what you need to know is you guys, both of you, have the courage to talk about it and clear things up and end whatever this feud was or is, okay? And also we have time for a nap, and that's why I hesitated. That's why I took back when I said, oh, like, at a time I was having trouble deciding whether Spirit was trying to say that you should just like reject this person completely, but then I changed my mind because of the World card, and then it made more sense like once I took a look at the time for a nap card. I think when it says time for a nap, it's really talking about you taking time for yourself instead before you jump into this relationship. And I think if you guys aren't single, and this is for people who are already in a relationship, I honestly think it's saying, like, you guys might need some time apart. And I don't want that to scare people, because it's not bad. Like, you guys obviously care about each other, and you guys obviously have a soulmate type connection, or you have a very, very deep connection to each other. But sometimes it's just good to get some space, you know? Sometimes getting some space from each other makes it more clear what the issues are, so you can talk about them later, okay? So for my people who are already in a relationship, I definitely think Spirit is trying to tell you to just, like, take a break from the conflict. Like, I'm getting the sense that for people who are taken, it's been kind of stressful lately. Like, there may be a lot of fighting going on right now. You're feeling kind of guarded, or both of you are, and maybe one person is trying to get the other person to talk, and they're just not ready for that yet. So just, like, take some space from each other, which I know can be really scary, and it might feel like, you know, like, people might be like, oh, you're on a break? Like, oh, you guys are broken up. But that's not true, okay? Sometimes couples just need some space from each other. It's actually really healthy. So, and that also takes courage. It takes courage to say, hey, like, I just need some time for me. And if that means you have to go away for a little bit, that's totally okay. But that takes courage, because it's scary. Like, it's scary to have to be like, hey, I just think we need to have some space from each other for now. But as long as you say, hey, look, like, I'm not breaking up with you, I'm just want a little space, and I promise I'll come back, that's okay. Like, don't be ashamed of that. Like, that's a courageous step to make, to do what you, like, put yourself first, okay? I think if you put yourself first, then the other person will also kind of be inclined to put themselves first. Like, they'll realize just how much that will mean to you and how much it might help with this situation. And also, like, have faith in each other. Like, don't be afraid to take a break, because you guys have a divinely guided relationship. And it is, like, generally a fulfilling relationship, but every relationship goes through their rough patch. So don't be afraid of that, okay? Like, have courage to just take some space from each other and take some time to just, like, reminisce your whole relationship. Like, what's happened in the past, like what's triggering this issue, you know, what's triggering these two knights butting heads, you know, like going into battle. Actually, now, like, it's interesting, like, looking at the two knights, you see how one of them is kind of like going full force, and then the other one's kind of just standing there. I feel like it's interesting, I just noticed that, but I think one of you is more upset than the other, which kind of makes sense now. I think one of you is, like, definitely was triggered by something that somehow came up again, like an issue, like a reoccurring issue that's come up. That explains the Six of Cups. And so I think it's one, actually, I lied then. I think it's one of you that really just needs some space. But, like, again, like, that enhances the meaning of the Courage card, because it's very a courageous step to take. So if this is you that needs to just take a nap and take some space, then that's totally fine. Like, Spirit is saying that is okay. Because right now it's not helping anybody that you're feeling guarded, you know? Like, and this other person doesn't really know what's wrong. So maybe you just need some space. You should definitely, of course, still talk to the person. But definitely talk to them. And then I think, like, if you are in a relationship, take a break. Take a break just for the good of the relationship, and you'd actually be surprised what that can do, you know? Sometimes you don't realize what you have until you've lost it. And so I know, like, I've seen many couples who decide to take a break, and they end up getting back together after, like, a 2-week break, and they're fine. Like, it was actually good for them to take a break, okay? And again, like, don't worry about your relationship because you guys do really care about each other. Like, you guys have a divinely guided relationship, and overall it is a healthy one. It, you know, you just sometimes need some you just need some you time, especially when you feel a certain way and the other person doesn't quite get it and it's really affecting you. Okay? All right, my pile number 1 Taurus people. I hope that resonated for both my singles Tauruses who picked this pile, as well as my Tauruses who are in a relationship. Comment down below whether that resonated, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much. Okay, pile number 2. If you picked the Amethyst stone, this message is for you. Fun fact, my birth mother wanted to name me Amethyst. But now I'm named Sofia, and that's fine too. It's actually funny though, because they both mean wisdom. Okay, I also, by the way, I have an amethyst bracelet on. Yeah, I really enjoy amethyst. I like amethyst. Anyway. Okay, all that glitters. Patience. Ooh, the tower. Okay. The Hanged Man. Death. Okay. Huh, you got 3 major arcana cards. That's not bad. That's good. I'm not trying to say, like, it's bad. Okay. Ace of Cups. And Temperance. Okay. Why do I feel like this is a love reading too? Jesus. I could be wrong, but that's just the vibe that I'm getting. It could be that I mostly read love readings and then that just translates into how I interpret these cards. Oh, crap. Okay, let me see. I'm really sensing that this is a love reading. Okay, well, first of all, we have the Patience card from the Wild Offerings Oracle deck, and we have Temperance. So right off the bat, which is funny, because this is, like, typical Taurus, being impatient. Basically, Spirit wants you to be patient. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, Spirit is saying you need to, like, be patient, calm down, whatever the situation is that's bothering you. You need to be patient, please. So let's read the Patience card together. It says, I hope you can read that. It says, if you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. Yeah, so that's a pretty straightforward message from Spirit, being like, you need to just go with the flow, man. Like, you need to chill out. Like, I get the sense, like, knowing Tauruses who are incredibly stubborn, and can be impatient, especially when it comes to food. I know it's a random, I was just thinking about somebody recently that got really impatient while we were waiting at a restaurant. Anyway, which I thought was hilarious, but if you're watching, you know who you are. And if you haven't picked this file, you know who you are. But yeah, basically, Spirit is saying you gotta be patient. I get I don't want to, you know what, that also makes sense because we have the Hangman here. You're definitely waiting on something. I don't know what it is. I can't tell. I'm getting the sense that it is love. Or something love related. Again, it could just be me. I'm just getting that feeling. Also, Ace of Cups is here. I feel like you're waiting for this Ace of Cups energy. Like, you're waiting for this Ace of Cups to come about. And Ace of Cups is about abundance when it comes to love. So I feel like you don't feel like you have an abundance, like the amount of abundance of love that you want right now. Again, we can split this reading between singles and people who are taken. So if you are single, you have to be patient that the right person is coming. Because I know right now you feel like, like so stuck. Like, that's a mood. I feel that so bad. Or you maybe could be waiting on a certain person and they're just kind of leaving you hanging there. Like, that also, I can see that. I feel like you're waiting on somebody that makes you either feel like there's, like, I feel like, okay, I got it. You feel like the person that you're waiting on, if you're waiting on somebody, makes you feel so much love, and you see them as a new beginning when it comes to love, but they're kind of just leaving you hanging. Like, they're kind of just, like, they're just, you know, like, you're there. Like, they're not really saying anything. And that's frustrating as hell. And then we also have the Tower. So I feel like also what's at play here is that either in the past you've had unsuccessful relationships, or this person could actually not be the right person for you, the person that you want this abundance of love from. It could be either, I'm getting the sense it's the latter. Like, I feel like, or you know what? You know what it is? Okay, scratch that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm, like, all over the place this evening, obviously. I don't know what is up with me. You know what it is? I think the Hangman and the Tower, since they were together, I think that this Tower energy is actually what you're feeling inside. I think this whole reading is actually more about you, like how you're doing internally, than it is about the other person. I think that for my singles, my single Taurus people who are watching this, like, I think you're running out of patience when it comes to waiting for this love, this, like, amazing love that you want and you dream about, and you're just waiting and nothing's happening, and it's making you feel awful. Like, it's making you feel so bad. Like, it's making you feel like the world is ending and there's nothing you can do and you're feeling really helpless. But I think definitely what Spirit is trying to tell you is that if you stay patient, things will come. And this is where the talk about manifestation comes in. So if you guys don't know what manifestation means is basically when you will what you think about you will what you think in your head to reality. And so people are like, what the hell does that even mean? And the way you do that is not by, like, thinking about it constantly, but it's having a lot of faith that it will happen for you. It's basically, manifestation is having a shit ton of faith even when you don't have faith. And that takes, like, a lot of skill. Like, I'm still working on it. It's not fun. It's not easy. But trust me, when you have faith, it really changes your view on a lot of different things, okay? And it's interesting because we have the Death card here too. And Death, like, again, this is another card for my non-tarot readers. Like, for my friends who I've done readings for, they will tell you that whenever they see the Death card, or the first time they saw the Death card, they were like, what the fuck is that? Like, like, why? Am I gonna die soon? Is that what it means? They freak out. No, Death is actually a really positive card. So the Death card is actually about transformation, like self-transformation. So I feel like, again, like, this is also an effect of manifestation, if it's done properly, is that if you manifest for long enough in the right way, you will find yourself transforming as a person for the better. Like, you'll realize your outlook on life is so much better than it was before. And so I think that's what Spirit is trying to tell you. Like, that's what you need to know, is that, like, if you stay patient, everything will come together, okay? Like, everything will come together. You're gonna go through this self-transformation. Like, this is a part, like, feeling like this, like, feeling like nothing is coming to you and the world sucks, and this love will never come to you. Like, this is a part of your journey. So, like, yeah, right now you might be single. For my single Tauruses out there, like, you might be single, but it's not gonna be forever. And the reason why I say it's not gonna be forever is because we have the Six of Swords, which is all about forward movement, okay? So this is definitely, like, Spirit is saying, listen, like, I know things right now, they look bleak, and I know what you want, I know what you need, I know you want love to come, but listen, there will be forward movement if you just stay patient. Like, don't try and force anything to happen in your love life, okay? Don't force anybody to be in contact with you, okay? Sometimes it's all about divine timing. Sometimes this stuff comes when it has to come and not when you want it to come, okay? And it's interesting because then we also have all that glitters. And I feel like whenever I see this card, all that glitters, I think about that phrase, all that glitters is not gold. So I feel like this is also Spirit kind of calling you out, being like, this love that you're imagining is not going to be the love that you end up getting. It's going to be something that you didn't expect. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a love that you know, it's like that typical saying that people sometimes say. They're like, oh, like, I ended up with the person I would never go for. I think that's what Spirit's trying to say too. Like, I think with your patience, with the patience cards as well, I think Spirit is saying you're waiting for the wrong thing. Like, right now you're waiting for this perfect relationship and this perfect scenario when that's not really how it is. Like, all that glitters, like, all the stuff that glitters in your head is not gold. Like, what you want is not really what you're going to get and what's going to end up making you happy. And so I think Spirit is saying, like, you just need to, like, stop with that mentality of feeling so stuck and actually just go with the flow. Like, live your life the way you want to live your life. Don't dwell on it. Manifest what you want to happen. And you're going to see so much self-transformation in yourself. It's going to be, like, actually ridiculous. Like, you're going to, like, if you start manifesting, if you start having more faith that things will work out for you, things will come. Like, and that's how it usually is. Like, it's like the other saying, like, love comes when you least expect it, okay? So just, like, have faith, and there will be forward movement, you guys. There will be forward movement. Don't worry about that. It's totally fine. And again, like, this abundance of love that you want is not going to be the one that you expect or when you expect it, okay? So that's for my singles. Wow, this is going to be a long video. I'm sorry, guys. Now for my... Okay, I'm going to turn the lights up a little bit. I didn't realize how, like, dark it was. Jeez. Okay, yeah. So for my... Tauruses who are already in a relationship, so again, the overall message is still the same. You need to be more patient. But I think this has to do with, again, like, pile one. Maybe you and pile one are, like, the same. Like, maybe you guys are a couple. I don't know. Like, but it's interesting because we have be patient. But I think it's, like, one of you, I think it's you in this case, has to be patient with your partner. Because your partner might not be doing the things that you want them to do. So, again, we have all that glitters. Like, they're not being the person that you want them to be. Like, they're not being the perfect boyfriend or girlfriend, okay? They're not being the person that you want them to be. And that's causing you to feel very stuck, if that makes sense. Like, this person's not meeting your high expectations of them. You know what I mean? I feel like you feel like you're always waiting for this person to live up to your expectations, and that's why the Hangman is here. Like, you're always waiting for this person to live up to your expectations when that's just not how it works, and this is causing a lot of damage in your relationship, okay? Like, this is not good for your relationship. Again, like, I'm not trying to attack my Tauruses here who are watching this. That's not my intent. I'm just trying to, like, gauge the message that Spirit is sending, and if, like, they want you, if Spirit wants you to know something, it's that, like, this mentality of, like, you wanting to change your partner, like, that's not working out. Again, it could be vice versa. Like, it could be this is actually your partner doing this to you, but I get the sense that it's you that's doing it. And this is something that you have to, like, if you're patient, again, I think in your case, for my taken Tauruses, it's not about manifesting, it's about changing up the way that you view your relationship and the other person. So I feel like Spirit is saying you need to, like, you need to go through some kind of self-transformation. it could be that you guys might break up soon. I don't know if that's what the Tower means, but the Tower does signify that there is trouble in the relationship, and there has to be some kind of transformation either on your end or from somebody else's end, okay? It could be both even, because again, like, it takes two to tango. Again, like, I apologize if before I was making it seem like it's all your fault, because it's not. That was, like, bad of me to put it out that way, because it always takes two to tango. So I think there needs to be some definite self-transformation here, but there also needs to be patience. I feel like what the Death card, the transformation that has to happen, is both of you need to gain more patience with each other and accept each other for who the other is. Again, with the self-worth, and also just like acknowledging that people are not going to be the people that you want them to be all the time. That's just not how it works ever, okay? And I know that it's making you feel stuck. It's making you feel like you're always waiting for this person to be better, but that's not the way that you should go about it, okay? And if you are able to be more patient with each other, this will be the catalyst to both of you transforming into better people, and it's going to help with some forward movement in the relationship out of this Tower energy right here, and it's going to cause a new beginning in your relationship. Like, there's going to be like it's like you're going to be able to press the reset. Okay, you guys, sorry, I don't know what happened, it just like cut, but anyway, what I was saying, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, like, I was saying, like, you're gonna, like, this Ace of Cups is telling you about how you're going to be able to press the reset button, and it's going to work this time because you guys have realized you need to be more patient with each other, and that's going to help you, like, transform into new people. I know that's like a cheesy way of saying it, but like, you guys are just going to become better people by being more patient with each other, and that's going to allow for forward movement out of these choppy waters into something better, into a new phase of your relationship that's just new and like where there's like an actual abundance of love that you want, okay? And again, like, yeah, so that's what I'm getting for you guys, pile number 2, my pile number 2 Tauruses. I hope that resonated with you guys. Leave a comment down below if it did, and I hope to see you guys in my next video, okay? Thank you. Okay, and last but not least, we have my pile 3 Tauruses who picked this green Aventerine. This message is for you. Okay, so I had a little technical difficulty that I still don't understand how it happened, but basically the video that I was doing, the reading that I was doing for pile number 2, like, it just cut towards the end. Thankfully, like, for a second it didn't like show up like in my feed, and I was terrified that this was just a sign from Spirit that I'm, like, not supposed to do this reading, but, because I've had, like, a lot of technical difficulties. I didn't tell the other piles this, but I had to do my intro, like, 5 times, because I just kept fucking it up. So, yeah, but hopefully this video will not cut, so yeah, sorry. Okay. And hopefully there's just nothing else that goes wrong. Oh yeah, you guys got 4 cups. I mean, 4. I keep saying cups. Oh my god. You guys got 4 cards from the Rider-Waite Tarot. I think that happened with pile 1 too. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. So something that I've been having to do for these readings for my Taurus people is I found myself having to decide whether it's a love reading or not. For some reason, I've just been like struggling to decide, like, and then I just find out that that's what it is. I don't know why with these readings for my Taurus is that's happening, but yeah, I think right off the bat for my pile number 3 people, I'm getting the sense it might not be, or it could be. It definitely depends on how you feel like it resonates with you, but it's interesting. I'm getting vibes, similar vibes from 3 cards. I'm getting similar vibes from the Five of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Five of Cups. And also the Eight of Cups, actually. So, let me explain. So, basically, the Hermit is somebody who secludes themselves naturally. Like, somebody who just kind of keeps themselves, not like a loner, but yeah, like a loner. Like, just somebody who likes to keep to themselves and, like, stay inside and watch Netflix on their own instead of going out with friends. Like, they're those kinds of people. This is, like, the Virgo card. It's the astrological link to this card is Virgo. And then it's interesting because we have the Five of Pentacles. So I think that, because I don't think that many Tauruses are naturally like this. Although, like, I do, it's funny because, like, I have two very, very close friends of mine who are both Tauruses, and they're both kind of like that. But, I think what I'm getting from this reading, from these cards, is that, something has made you feel this way. And I feel like it's this feeling of being left out in the cold by something or somebody. This is where I feel like it is a love reading again. Damn, maybe it is. Anyway, I'm just going to keep reading it like this. But yeah, you've been feeling like abandoned, left out in the cold by somebody or something. Like, not exactly feeling excluded, but, like, you feel kind of neglected. Like, there's something about you that has made you feel kind of alone. Like, for sure. And also, like, I feel like this isn't complete, like, you're not, like, you weren't necessarily pushed out of the way, or, like, somebody didn't do it to you. Like, I think you simultaneously chose to walk away from this situation, okay? Like, you simultaneously chose to just leave. Because I think, actually, like, I think being in whatever situation that it was making you feel like this. Like, it was making you feel like you were left out in the cold by somebody or something. And that made you decide to just leave the situation, you know? It made you decide to just be like, enough's enough, I've had enough. And it's interesting, because then we have, you know what it is? I see what's happening here. Okay, light bulb moment again. I keep having these light bulb moments. It's, like, taking me longer. It's been taking me longer for these readings to, like, catch on to what Spirit is trying to tell me. I'm really sorry, guys. There's nothing against my Taurus people. Yeah, I'm sorry. But, because we have the Five of Cups here. The Five of Cups talks about somebody who doesn't realize the other stuff that they have. So, I think that something definitely did happen. Again, like, if you take it however it resonates. You could have recently been in a job that you didn't like, and then you decided to leave it. Something, you know, like, something that made you not feel very good. Again, like, it doesn't have to be, I'm just throwing out different scenarios, because I feel like this is, like, a very general reading. I can't tell whether this is, like, specifically love related, specifically career related, so it really depends on you guys. So I'm just going to give, like, the generalized reading I'm getting here, and along the way I'll give, like, little examples of what it could be in certain different scenarios. But so for example, like, if it is career related, money related, it could be that you were recently in a job where you felt like both lonely, and you felt kind of like nobody was listening to you. You felt left out in the cold, like nobody was really paying attention to your ideas, and you just weren't happy, so you decided to leave, okay? And that could be it too, because maybe you weren't even getting paid that much for all the work that you were doing, because Five of Pentacles also means money problems, so maybe you weren't even getting paid enough for all the work that you were doing, and it made you feel like you wanted to retreat, you know, like it made you retreat into your shell, and that's not typically who you are, so you decided to leave that situation. But with this Five of Cups, it talks about somebody who, like I said, doesn't realize what other opportunities there are. So I feel like what Spirit wants you to know is that despite all of this stuff that's happening and you deciding to leave, which I think Spirit is saying was the right thing to do. Excuse me, I keep burping, I'm sorry. But yeah, like, even though you decided to leave whatever the situation was, your problem now is that you can't see all of the good that is coming out of it because you're too consumed with this energy of feeling left out, feeling lonely. Like, you're too consumed by this feeling lonely. It's not doing anything for you because if you look closely, so the Five of Cups, like, you can see that he has these 2 spilt cups, and that's the only thing that he's focusing on. But then there are these 3 other cups that he's just completely ignoring, okay? So that's definitely talking about somebody who doesn't realize how many other great new things are out there, okay? And again, I'm not trying to attack my Tauruses who are watching this. Like, I'm not trying to say that you guys are ungrateful for what you have or anything like that. No. I'm just saying that Spirit is trying to say that this is like, only a phase. Like, it's really hard to lose or walk away from something. Even if it's something that made you feel really bad, it's still hard to do. But the problem is that right now you're probably sulking over spilt milk, and there's no point in doing that. And the reason I say that is because we have the 10 of Coins and the 3 of Cups, which are all about fulfillment and celebration, okay? Like, this is like, there's so many good things out there. Like, that's what Spirit is trying to say, too. Like, there's so many good things out there. I mean, these people are celebrating. Like, 3 of Cups is, like, the celebration of something. You know what I mean? Like, it's the celebration of people getting together, of people... I mean, if we want to take, again, like... if we want to interpret it as a love reading, like, what I would interpret these cards as is... you were in a toxic relationship recently, and it made you feel very, like, you were, like, lonely in the relationship, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't a relationship that made you feel good about yourself, and you, like, retreated constantly, and you felt like you couldn't say anything, and then you, like, and it just made you feel very lonely and neglected by the other person, or, like, the person didn't meet your needs. And then you decided to walk away from that because it was toxic. But then what happened was you were, after the breakup, it's like when a friend breaks up with their ex and they stay in their room all day and they just sulk about what was instead of what is now. So I feel like if it is resonating with you guys, like, for love, it's Spirit is saying, like, you're not realizing all the other people out there. Like, there are many other people out there that would love you. And it's interesting because then we have the 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles talks about your abilities, your skills, like, and deep down you want to show off these skills. Like, you want to show the world who you are and what you have and what you can offer. You know what I mean? And again, like, if this is career, like, that's probably something that this job or this career before didn't give you. Like, it didn't give you this sense of being able to show off your skills, you know? Which would make sense because there was the Hermit here, which is all about seclusion and feeling lonely and feeling like you want to retreat. So I bet you, like, that's the reason why you left. But now you're stuck in this 5 of Cups energy where you're just sulking over the fact that that career didn't work out, instead of trying to show others what you can do and all the skills that you have, and embracing all of this, like, abundance that's out there. Like, you have so many options. Like, you've freed yourself. I don't think you've realized that you've freed yourself because you're just focusing on the negative is the thing, okay? And it's interesting because then we have To the Sea as your advice card. And I feel like this is Spirit saying, just, like, go out there. It's interesting, too, because this girl in the boat, in this ferry on the boat, she's alone. So if you're a Taurus who has an issue with, like, loneliness or stuff, like, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to travel this journey alone. Sometimes we have to make, like, the greatest journeys in life are made alone. Like, the greatest self-improvement is made alone. Like, we are our own best friend is one of my favorite sayings, even though it's hard for me to follow sometimes myself. Like, you are your own best friend, and you are the one that can control your life. And so I feel like this To the Sea card is giving me those same vibes, but it's definitely Spirit trying to tell you, like, go out there. Like, get out there into this. Like, there's so many things out there for you. Like, there's so many things. There's so many different opportunities for you to show who you are, all the wonderful things that you can offer. And there's no point in sulking when there's so many things, so many wonderful things out there for you to see and for you to enjoy. So just like go out, okay? Even if it's scary and you still feel like you want to retreat and you may even feel lonely, like that's okay, but like you're not gonna get anywhere by just sitting there. You know what I mean? And then we have the enjoyment card, so let's read this. Hopefully you can read it. If not, I'll just, hold on. There we go. So it says enjoyment. Striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life, dear Lord. Yeah, so it couldn't get any clearer than that. Yeah, Spirit is just trying to say, like, just go out and enjoy yourself. Like, go out there and just enjoy life. Like, grab life by the balls. I know, like, listen, Spirit is acknowledging that you're feeling really down right now. Like, this stuff that you went through is probably not easy, okay? Like, it sucks to feel this way. It sucks to have to leave behind something that made you feel so awful, even though it didn't do anything for you. It's still difficult to leave, and it takes a lot of courage. But there's no point in starting to, like, ground yourself in this Five of Cups energy where you're just sitting there looking at all the things you don't have anymore and ignoring the things that you do have. And I think that you don't realize your own self-worth. Like, you don't even realize all the stuff that you can offer, and therefore you're missing out on all of this abundance, like this celebration of life, like this energy, this like energizing, happy energy, you know? And so with these two cards here, if I can pick them up, Spirit is saying, go out, like, get out there, enjoy, and you're going to be surprised. Like, you're going to be very surprised at what you find. And this can be a new beginning for you. To my Tauruses who pick Pot 3, like, this can be a new beginning for you if you just let yourself go. Like, go with the flow. Just go for it, and it's going to be okay, okay? All right. Ooh. So my pile number 3 Tauruses, I hope that resonated with you. I hope that helped in some way. Leave a comment down below if it did, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Okay, thank you. Okay, you guys, this is the last part of the video. So I just did a reading for my Taurus people, so now I'm going to pick the next sign that I'm going to do a video for. That was awkward. Okay, I'm feeling this. Okay, let's see who's up next. Leo, you guys are up next, okay? So the next video that'll come out will be for my Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a good night.